well, writing is an art, and for sure, writing is slightly more difficult than speaking. Well, don't you think so? I'm sure you all will agree to the fact that is probably easy would it be to speak English fluently, but writing it effectively or in sort of an attractive manner is slightly tough. Obviously, because you have to be perfect with your spellings, you have to be perfect with the word that you're using at the right situation. You just cannot afford to sort of, misspell a word or use a wrong word in certain context, obviously, because that is completely going to change the meaning of whatever you've written. So do you really think, or what are these certain mistakes which you might be making when you write? So do you make these mistakes when you write? Well, this is exactly what is going to be the topic of today's video. You all are once again most welcome to Tutorials Point. Let us go ahead and explore, or let's see, do you actually make these mistakes when you write? Let's see what these mistakes are. Lose versus lose, a very commonly misspelled word, though it is yes, people know it for sure. Yes, most people know the meaning, but again, most commonly it usually people happen to sort of exchange these words, or usually people happen to misspell the right word at the wrong place. So which is why you need to be very sure while you are writing or while you are using these words in certain situations, because there are many chances that you might end up sort of misspelling them at the wherever the context that you are using it. Okay, so if your pants are too loose, you might lose your pants. So a perfect example to incorporate both these words at the right place with the right spellings and of course with the right meaning as well. So lose, as we all know, is something that doesn't fit you or is oversized, and of course lose means to you have lost it, or it's not with you anymore. That is the precise meaning of lose, or somehow you happen to misplace it somewhere, and now that you are not able to find it. So something that you're not able to find is what is meant by this lose, and this lose means oversized. So if your pants are too oversized, there are chances that you might misplace them, or there are chances that you might lose them. So next time, be careful while using these words, because they definitely create a huge confusion while writing. Apostrophe, yes, another area of huge confusion, another area of where people are not sure where to use these apostrophes. Well, apostrophes actually are just used in two conditions or two situations. One is for contractions. For example, contraction is like two words joined together to form one word. For example, don't is a contraction for do not. So an apostrophe could be either used with a contraction or it could be used to show possession, right? So for example, Frank's car means car that belongs to Frank. So Frank's, so Frank apostrophe S, or for example, Isha's car or Isha's house, or Rahul's bike. So it could, whenever you are using an apostrophe with a word, it sort of indicates possession, or to be more precise, whenever you use an apostrophe with a noun, it indicates possession. So apostrophes definitely are just used in two situations. So next time if you're using them, well, just be careful where to use them, because of course it is almost sure that you will not need to use them in any other situation other than these two. So now that you're aware, be careful, especially while writing. Okay, EG versus IE. So again, very commonly, these two, words, or these two, you could call them acronyms or abbreviations. So these two abbreviations or acronyms are again very commonly confused, and usually people end up writing them at the wrong place. So EG actually is an acronym for exempla Gracia or exempli Gracia, right? So which is a Latin phrase which means for example. On the contrary, IE, which is again a Latin, it is sort of an acronym for a Latin expression or Latin phrase which means id est, or which actually, Latin expression that is id est, and it means that is, right? So IE actually means that is. On the contrary, EG means for example. So ID and EG both are derived from Latin phrases which are id est and exempli Gracia respectively. So next time when you use them, well, just be careful that ID means that is and EG means for example. So, well, I'm sure there is going to be no room for confusion anymore whenever you are writing these two expressions or these two acronyms, or whenever you are using them in your writing. Stuck up versus stuck. Well, yet another area of confusion. I was stuck up in the traffic. Well, that is completely wrong. Stuck up and stuck are they mean completely different. Most people confuse them as similar, but no, they are not. So stuck up means, a personality or a person who is usually sort of self-consumed or conceited, or a person who cannot move out of that ego, that state of ego, right? So I am the one. It is just I can do it, I know it. Or a person whose mind and thoughts are just filled with himself or herself. That is what is meant by stuck up. She is so stuck up. So when you call someone stuck up, it indicates that the person is very, very self-centered, is full of ego, and cannot go ahead and think anything beyond himself or herself. So that is what is meant by stuck up. Well, you cannot be stuck up in traffic. You could be stuck in traffic. So when you use this word stuck, it just means that you're sort of strangulated. Not exactly strangulated. You're sort of you couldn't move out of traffic for maybe 2 hours or something. So you were stuck in the traffic. Or I'm stuck with this work. When you say I'm stuck with this work, it indicates that you could not go anywhere else other than just attending to that particular work. So you could be stuck in a work, or you could be stuck in a traffic, but you cannot be stuck up in traffic. So just be careful, especially when you are using these words in writing context, or not just that, even if you are using them in your daily language or in your conversations or wherever. So stuck up and stuck are two words which are yet an area of confusion for most people. Your versus yours, again, two words which are, again, many people find them very confusing, or many people end up using them in the wrong context. So your means something which is okay, so let's look at an example. So your is possessive. It means that something belongs to you, right? So it's yours, the car is yours, or it's your room, so something that is your own possession. And your, the other your with the apostrophe is again a contraction of you are. So you're looking very beautiful today. So that is what is meant by your with an apostrophe. So your with an apostrophe is a contraction of you are. On the contrary, your is possession, right? So it is your car, it is your house, it is your table, your phone, whatever. So again, these two words are again confused by most people. Most people end up confusing between these two words, and they end up using them in the wrong context. So just be careful next time, especially whenever you are writing them. Well, I will see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep learning with tutorials, point and tutorics. Have a good day.